Works very hard to help people.
Trump breaks promise to Melania as he pledges no more weaponization in victory lap speech at DOJ. President Donald Trump on Friday announced a proud new chapter of the Justice Department that would end the weaponization of government in rambling speech that revisited his old wounds and allowed him to gloat. "We are turning the page on 4 long years of corruption, weaponization and surrender to violent criminals, and we are restoring fair, equal and impartial justice under the law," Trump said, standing before the seal of the Department of Justice. But the main point of his speech was to declare victory over his political rivals and the federal officials who tried to prosecute him. It was yet another setting for him to repeat his complaints about the cases against him and to mock his vanquished rival, Joe Biden. Trump described the federal cases against him as bulls *****, admitting he was breaking a promise to wife Melania Trump in using the word. "I will not use a bad word. I promised my wife I would never use a bad word," he said before going on to use an expletive. "The case against me was bulls." From the campaign onwards, Trump has demonstrated his interest in having control over the department and which investigations it pursues. The visit is the first by Trump and the first by any president in a decade. The last president to visit the department was Barack Obama, who attended then Attorney General Eric Holder's departure ceremony. Trump spoke in the department's Great Hall, the same stage which Merrick Garland, Joe Biden's Attorney General, announced investigations into Trump.
Works very hard to help people. I want to also
The president praised the officials he appointed to top positions at Justice and blasted those who led it in the last administration as bad people. Really bad people. In recent years, a corrupt group of hacks and radicals within the ranks of the American government obliterated the trust and goodwill built up over generations. But in the end the thugs failed and the truth won. Freedom, justice and democracy won, and above all the American people won, he added. The president used his speech to rail against his usual list of perceived wrongs against him.
Book in the country, can you believe that?
Spying on his campaign, persecuting his family, raiding Mar-a-Lago, and doing everything within their power to prevent me from becoming the president of the United States. He even used biblical terms, complaining that the law was used to punish the innocent and reward the wicked. Much of his vitriol was directed to Biden and Garland. He said of them, "There can be no heinous betrayal of American values than to use the law to terrorize the innocent and reward the wicked." That is what they were doing at a level that has never been seen before. He complained he had to take tremendous abuse in the trials against him and then pointed to his election victory. "How did I do? I think I'm president." Trump rambled repeatedly during his remarks, at one point going on a long rant about basketball coach Bobby Knight. His speech resembled those he gave at campaign rallies during the 2024 election. Declaring himself the chief law enforcement officer in our country, Trump vowed, "I stand before you today to declare the days are over and they are never going to come back."
I want to also thank my beautiful wife Melania for
He even hinted there should be retribution. "The people who did this to us should go to jail," he said without naming names or indicating who he meant. "I was attacked by a political opponent. And probably it helped that I was attacked more than anybody in the history of our country," he said. That's what we can say. Don't forget to support our channel by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. We thank you all for your support.